4 weeks now, EJ Diimera has been walking around with pieces of memory missing. He's known something wasn't adding up, but until now, he couldn't put it together. Finally, everything clicks. The fog lifts, and EJ realizes exactly what has been happening. The big reveal? It wasn't some dangerous outside criminal targeting the Diimeras, it was someone shockingly close to home. The so-called Avenger everyone had been worried about turns out to be Rachel Black. This is Kristen Diimera and Brady Black's young daughter, and the fact that she's the one with the gun is what makes this twist so unsettling. For a long time, Rachel has been simmering with anger, confusion, and resentment. She's been torn between two parents locked in a bitter custody war, manipulated constantly by Kristen, and exposed to Diimera family schemes before she was old enough to understand what she was caught in. Now, instead of processing all of that like a child should, Rachel has turned her pain outward in a dangerously adult way, taking up a gun and trying to get justice herself. EJ's memory is crucial here, because without it, Rachel might have continued to act unchecked. When he recalls everything, EJ realizes he saw and heard enough to connect the dots. The Avenger isn't a stranger at all, it's his own niece by marriage, hiding behind the shadows with a gun in her hands. His memory returning doesn't just solve a mystery, it forces everyone in the family to face a chilling truth about what Rachel has become. This creates a massive domino effect. For Brady Black, it's devastating. Brady has been fighting Kristen over custody of Rachel, insisting that Kristen's toxic influence is harming their daughter. Now that Rachel has been caught acting out violently, Brady suddenly has the strongest piece of evidence yet. He can argue that Kristen has twisted Rachel into someone who believes violence and revenge are solutions to problems. It's proof that Rachel isn't just caught in the crossfire, she's internalizing all the dark behavior she's been exposed to. For Kristen Diimera, this is both heartbreaking and infuriating. On the one hand, her daughter being exposed as the Avenger with the gun shows just how much damage has been done to Rachel's sense of right and wrong. On the other, Kristen might double down and insist that Rachel was only trying to protect her. In Kristen's warped logic, Rachel's actions could be spun as loyalty to her mother, not a sign of danger. This would make Kristen dig her heels in even more against Brady, claiming he's the bad influence while refusing to see the truth about her own role in Rachel's downfall. For EJ, the revelation puts him in a deeply complicated spot. As a Diimera, he knows how important family loyalty is, but as someone who just pieced together the truth, he also knows Rachel poses a real risk. If she's carrying a gun, she could hurt someone, whether intentionally or by accident. EJ now has to make the decision. Does he protect the Diimera name and keep this buried, or does he expose Rachel and risk shattering the family even further? Given that EJ's memory coming back is the trigger for all of this, his choice could define the direction of the entire storyline. And then there's the wider impact on Salem. Once word spreads that Rachel was the Avenger, people are going to question everything: how a child ended up with a gun, how the Diimeras allowed this to happen, and what it means for Rachel's future. Social services, law enforcement, and other Salem families could all be drawn into the fallout. Brady may demand full custody. Kristen may threaten retaliation. And EJ, who holds the truth, might find himself pulled into yet another power struggle where his loyalties are tested.